Hi, welcome to your private membership website. This is your portal, this is your back office, whatever you want to call it. This is where all the content will be stored. It's all virtual. All the videos, all the PDFs, you can access them 24/7 from any device, your iPad, your iPhone, laptop, whatever you want to access them with. You can download the PDFs on your device. You can actually watch the videos on either of those devices, and you'll never lose them. They're also ongoing, so there'll be updates, periodic updates that we will make to the course itself. Now, the way you get here is simply go to objectioncrusher.com/login from any device, and then you utilize or use the password that we sent you when you registered for the course and became a Crusher member. Simply log into the private membership site. The first thing you see is a fast start video that will come up, and then you have access to your introductory course, how to implement the Objection Crusher course into your network marketing business. And this is the introductory course that you've had access to, but the reason it's here is because you need to go back through this course periodically. You're going to go out and begin building your business, or you're working with your team if you've been building for a while, if you've been in this industry for a while, and you're going to have experiences. You're going to have experiences as they relate to the Objection Crusher course, even the crushing the objections themselves. And it's important that you bring those experiences back and we filter them through the course. We filter them through information. It's like buying a book. If you buy a book, it should be worth reading more than one time. I never read a book just once because I gain some information. I put that information into practice. Then I gain additional information from the experience I get. Once I filter that experience back through the book or back through the course, then I see it as a different light. I'm growing. That's the process of growth, and I apply that information to the next action, and then we got a different experience. We increase, we step up a notch, so to speak. So it's important that you have access to this and that you do that. If anything goes wrong, if something happens and you get really discouraged, please come back to the course and go through it again. Start over, and just know that you're going to see it with a different light. So it's very, very important to your success to realize that really failure is part of success. You're not going to have one without the other, and we've got to know where we are in the process of succeeding. We've got to know where we are in the process of becoming a crusher, the process of becoming that 6- and 7-figure income earner in the network marketing profession. How do we do that? Where are we in that process? The first module is the mindset module. And here we just simply learn how to develop a $1 million mindset today so that you can start living your dreams tomorrow. Now, this is the first session, session 1. So, we're asking the question, would you like to discover the difference between a dreamer and who succeeds and a frustrated daydreamer? Have you ever felt like, man, I'm just frustrated. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying. I think I'm doing everything right, but it's just not happening for me. It just doesn't seem to be working right. I've got everything on the front of my refrigerator. I've got all my dream boards done. I've got all this stuff done, but there's something that seems to be disconnect. This is what that's about. A dreamer who succeeds, the difference between someone that dreams effectively and someone that's a frustrated dreamer. And then in module 2, we talk about how to deal with people so we never feel out of control. And we do this by learning how to be a leader, learning how to, the difference between a leader and a link, learning the 4 keys of connecting with people and having effective relationships. I promise this information will be very useful. You'll find that this will apply to any relationship that you've got, your kids, professional, personal, networking, it doesn't matter. This will help you. If you've got this information and you have a thorough understanding of this, then crushing objections is much, much simpler. It's much easier. It's not that big of a deal when someone rejects you or tries to reject you or has an objection to the network marketing industry or your specific product or your opportunity. You just won't feel it the same way if you understand the 4 keys of connecting with people. And in module 3, we actually go into the process of learning the 3S formula, crushing the objections themselves so they no longer have an impact on you. We explain the 3S formulation with video, but through a kind of a just video PowerPoint slides or keynote slides, and I explain the 3S formula in detail in writing. Go into the acronym, the STOP, taking a stance, being transparent, being obvious, and then having the right posture. And this is something that I think will help everyone from the standpoint of how to really utilize this and become proficient at it. It's very important that you know, again, where you are in the process. This is the key to any success. It doesn't matter what it is, playing the piano, getting better at golf, becoming a pro at anything. You must understand the process and where you are in the process. Otherwise, we have a greater tendency to just give up and quit. It's kind of a lack of direction type scenario, and we want to prevent that, because I know if you just stay the course, if you develop these 3 core concepts and then build your skill, you will be able to succeed in this industry. Now, in the third or second session under handling objections, I put everything together, and what I've done here is connected the people part with the objection part, so that you're actually going to hear me kind of tie this together for you and give you one lesson and that combines both of them. And of course, it's a little abbreviated, but it will help you in understanding how to tie all this together. Again, you have the ability to download the PDFs. You can go right to the content. The video will just simply play up for you, and I'll walk you right through all the information. If you want to download, for example, the PDFs in the practice training module, you have the ability to do that. You can do this right on your phone. You can do it on your iPad, wherever you want to. You can do it. Again, just play the video. These are the objections that we actually crush. There's 10 of them, and what you will also discover is that there's approximately 22 slides in this PDF. That means that I go through, I'm too busy a couple of times. I go through, I don't have any money. I go through several of the objections. It's a pyramid scheme, and give you different ways of stopping that objection, different ways of moving the prospect through that objection, so that when we get them ready to move forward and we give them the information, so that we've just got a couple of different options to do that. The other thing I've noticed is that the more proficient you get at crushing the objection, the more these things will just kind of happen. You may be combining a couple of things. Additionally, the better you get at doing this, the reason you want to stay in this practice training module until you can just repeat these things verbatim and then go out and begin practice, put them into practice. The reason you want to do this is because it will help you in developing your confidence. It'll help you in getting rid of the objection internally, so you're not going to receive the objection externally. If you're worried about the price of your product, then a lot of people are going to be bringing that objection up. If you're worried that this industry really doesn't work, then a lot of people will be bringing that objection up. You'll have to deal with that more. So as you go through the practice training module, this will help you really solidify some of those things. It'll help you develop a confidence and a clarity about where you are. And again, we're working to be the tour guide. We're guiding this person through their objection so that we can get them to the content that we want them to review. Maybe it's the company, maybe it's the opportunity, maybe it's product, maybe it's a video, maybe it's a CD. It's not really our job while we're crushing the objection to sponsor that person. And you've got to see yourself again as this tour guide. Some people call it a consultant, a coach. You're coaching them along through the process. And it doesn't really matter to me what you call it, just as long as it sort of takes the pressure off of you. And in the Crusher Extra, this is where we'll have articles that I've written. For example, these two just recently appeared in the Obtainer magazine, or possibly interviews. And the thing I like about this is I'm going to be able to go in and do some in-depth teaching. Like, for example, this was a 3-part series I wrote for the Obtainer magazine. Well, I've got an opportunity here within the Crusher community, within the private site, to do a video that goes into depth about these 12 strategies. And it's there's always content behind the content whenever you're writing a magazine article, usually because it's much shorter than, you have to make it much shorter. So here we have an opportunity to really get into some more teaching training, and we'll also be doing, having insider tips, additional tips, interviews with leaders, and different content that is valuable to the Crusher community. Okay, so this is your private training, your private site, I started to say your private training module, but this is your private membership site. And I just want to congratulate you on becoming a crusher, being involved in the community, and doing something more today so that you can have something more tomorrow than possibly you've ever had before in your life. Look forward to seeing you. Look forward to connecting with you. Be a crusher. Do the work.